Oh, it's already recorded.
Job title of your position at Durham Crisis Response Center.
My job title is Crisis Line and Volunteer Coordinator.
How will you describe your responsibilities of your position?
I am responsible for making sure that the crisis line is staffed 24/7. We do that primarily with volunteers. I'm also responsible for the monthly reporting with regards to the information that's taken on the database. I report on the statistics, various demographics that we have to report on for our grants. I'm also responsible for managing the volunteers and making sure that they are trained and doing their job effectively.
What led you into this career field?
A desire to help people that were hurting, particularly women.
How will you describe a typical week or day at the Durham Crisis Response Center?
First of all, there is no typical day or week at the Durham Crisis Response Center because we never know what's going to happen from day to day. Some days can be very, very quiet and other days can be really, really hectic. So there's no typical day. I do try to map out some things during the day that I need to get accomplished. If I get them done, then fine. If I don't, then eventually they'll get done. And depending on how often I'm on the crisis line or have to assist clients in person will determine, how my day goes.
Describe a choice you made working at the office that ended up being a failure or didn't go according to plans.
Well, doing the volunteer training and actually being responsible for that, I've been able to kind of experiment from time to time, and sometimes those experiments work and sometimes they don't, such as normally I offer or require that people have interviews with me prior to their volunteering with us. One time I did not interview people, particularly for a court advocacy training, and just opened it up to those that were interested to come. And that didn't go over very well because we ended up with some people that should have been screened out that were not appropriate for our service to volunteer here. Mm-hmm.
Do your personal feelings ever get involved at work when you realize you can't help every victim?
Yes. I would say yes if I wasn't human. Let me just say it this way, that's what makes me human or keeps me in touch with my humanity. I do realize, however, that I'm not Superwoman and I can't help everybody and we can't rescue everyone. So those that want the help, come to us for help, we try to do what we can for them.
If there was one thing you could do that domestic violence victims would benefit from, what would it be?
If there was one thing I could do, I probably would discourage people, particularly women, from moving in with their partners so quickly. I would like to discourage them from moving in altogether, but particularly moving in a hurry, and also educating women on being able to, the importance of being able to manage their own money and having their own money. Too many times on the crisis line, the reason that people cannot get out is due to financial reasons.
Who would be the person, or what would be the reason why you continue to help the victims?
God. I feel like I was called to this. I was definitely led to this.
Do you feel like you do your very best to help each and every victim?
No. Most of the time I do. I'm going to be honest. Most of the time I do. The ones that I feel like I don't do my very best are the ones that are difficult or the ones that I feel are not being completely truthful about their circumstances.
What do you think you're very successful and dedicated to at the Dom Crisis Response Center?
My volunteers. I love my volunteers.
Thank you, and that will conclude the end of our interview.
You're welcome.